So before I begin this video, I would just like to say something to a Mr. Mike Jeffries, the CEO of Abercrombie and Bitch, which is what I've decided to call the clothing company from now on. And that is that for all your talk, Mr. Jeffries, about how you only want beautiful, good-looking people to shop at your stores, to you, good sir, I would only like to say this. Oh my God! What's wrong with your face? Yeah, I've left two links in the description of the video. One that's talking about what I was talking about yesterday about how Mr. Mike Jeffries decided to talk about how he wanted thin, beautiful people in the store. The article yesterday, as those of you who saw my video probably know that it was just about what Abercrombie and Finch does with the clothing they get that has tiny little flaws in it, how instead of giving it to homeless people who would need it, they throw it away, and their reasoning for it being that we didn't want homeless people wearing it because we didn't want cool people wearing it. Yeah, you can take that. And the second thing I linked is a picture of Mr. Mike Jeffries to show you that my comment of what's wrong with your face, thanks Red Letter Media for that, is well deserved. Because, quite frankly, this guy has no business making fun of anybody who is either a little overweight, and he certainly has no business in saying he only wants good-looking, beautiful people in his store. Because I got news for you, buddy. You know what? No, I'm not going to go any further than that. And for those of you who are going to like accuse me of bullying or something, okay, first of all, let's know this: when you expose yourself in the world as someone who is either prejudiced, you expose yourself as someone who doesn't think much of other people just because they look different than you, then guess what? You have just pretty much become fair game in my book. You have become someone that needs to be called out on their BS, someone that needs to basically be given a giant wake-up call. So, I feel absolutely no remorse or guilt whatsoever in making fun of his appearance, because if he's going to go around and pretty much say that fat people are grotesque, or that they're not beautiful, then he can pretty much just sit and spin. And he can take that comment that I just said, and that's that. I don't feel bad about it in the slightest. But let's get to the main point of this video. Ender's Game, okay, where the hell is it? Okay, I got this for Christmas and I loved it. One of the best sci-fi stories I've ever read. I read the second one. Loved it a lot. Loved it even more than Ender's Game. Heard that there was a movie coming out. Saw the trailer a few days ago. I was freaking hyped as hell about it. I loved the fact that it was going to come. I was a little worried because Ender was shown to be a teenager, but again, it's like, you know, teenage actors, child actors, you know, there's not that many good child actors as far as I know. And we wouldn't want to repeat what happened in episode 1 of Star Wars with the kid who played Anakin. What was his name? It was like Dick Lloyd or something. I'm not even going to say the line everybody makes fun of, the angel line, because we all know that was painful to sit through. But see the thing. A friend of my aunt had posted something on Facebook, and it was basically saying to Mr. Orson Scott Card, who is the author of Ender's Game, that while she loved his books, she will not support his movie because of the fact that he is a, well, he kind of sort of homophobic bigot. She had an article. She had linked an article on her Facebook, and I wish that I had found it. I mean, I wish that I had kept it. I saved the link or something, but I didn't. Now I can't even find her Facebook again, her profile thing, because someone else I know showed it to me. It was on it's a long, convoluted story that is not important. Point is, I'm someone who believes in equality. I'm someone who thinks that everyone is entitled to the same civil liberties as everyone else, and this extends to homosexuals. I think that gay people should have the right to be married, that they should have all the same rights as anyone else. Because really, there's no reason to be discriminating against them. The only thing that the only people I've noticed who really have a problem with them are religious people who feel like what they're doing is sinful, who think it's a choice, when in reality, it's not a choice. You can't choose what sex you're attracted to. But the point is that Mr. Orson Scott Card, see, if he had just said, like, once that since he's a Mormon, he doesn't believe in homosexuality because it goes against his religion, then that would have been fine. But this dude has gone to say some pretty asinine things over the course of his career as a science fiction author. He said some pretty dumb, stupid things, and one of them being, if the government legalizes gay marriage, that he would not support that government and he would fight against it. Oh, Orson Scott Card, you done goofed. I honestly thought you were an intelligent, reasonable person when I read your books. Because I believe that when you read a book, you get a little insight into the author. But, well, these books were written a long time ago, so I guess you've changed since then. I mean, obviously. Point is that, well, if I go to this movie, pay money to see it, I'm basically supporting a bigot. I don't plan to do that. So, as a result, I will not be seeing Ender's Game, and I suggest anyone out there who believes in equality, anyone else who believes that everyone is entitled to the same civil liberties, don't see this movie. Wait for it to come out on Netflix or something, because then you won't actually be giving him any money for it. Because, quite frankly, the stuff he's said, the little stories he's written about gay people are disgusting, for lack of a better word, and stuff needs to stop. These bigots like Caden or Linda Harvey, these people need to just be silent. Like, we can't listen to them anymore. We can't read their stuff anymore, because every time we do, they get a little bit stronger, and their voice gets a little bit louder. So for that, Mr. Orson Scott Card, you have lost someone who you have lost $13 basically, and I'm hoping that anybody who sees this video, that they'll lose that you will be other $13 that they lose from this. Because, quite frankly, I don't want to support a bigot, and I don't think anyone else who believes in equality would either. Spread this message around. Spread the fact that seeing this movie as supporting him is pretty much supporting his bigotry, and that's not a good thing. I'm sad I'm gonna have to wait really long to see the damn movie, and I don't get to see it in theaters. But you know what? Principles come first. And that's all I have to say about this. Bigots, man, what are you gonna do? Morons. Just. Oh, one last thing. That's a lot of twos. To Orson Scott Card, Caden Carter, Linda Harvey, Rush Limbaugh, any other bigots out there. Oh, Fred Phelps, I almost forgot about you, but then again, I already wrote a blog about you, so, and your little cult is the word I'd use for you. I just have one thing, I have one visual image to sum my feelings for you. That's what of you. Please, by all means, sit and spin. Thank you. Ralph Ryan, out.